Hey guys, I'm Mitch and this is Super Platinum Achievement. Today I'm going to talk about Google Stadia and give you my thoughts. So Google Stadia launched in November of 2019. So it's been out for just a little bit over a year now. And I finally decided to pick one up. It launched and it was a little bit lackluster. It didn't have very many games. The resolution wasn't holding up to its promises, and it was a big disappointment and definitely not what Google said it was going to be. However, 1 year later, it may be living up to expectations. So I picked up the Stadia Premier Edition, which comes with the Stadia controller and a Chromecast Ultra. Now on the Chromecast Ultra, it basically just lets you play the game. Stadia does not have its own console-like interface. Everything is done through the app. So you download the app on your smartphone, and then that allows you to browse the store, purchase games, and do everything you want on there. And then you can play directly on your phone through either the touch screen, which is awful, don't do that, or you can pair a controller to it and play that way, including the Stadia controller. Now, the way Stadia works is a cloud streaming service. So none of the games are actually downloaded. You select the game you want to play, you still purchase it for full price, and then you just stream it directly from the cloud. That's a big plus about it. You don't have to wait hours for your new game to download. You select the game, you hit purchase, it's ready to play pretty much instantly. The downside, it's a streaming service. So if you don't have great internet, it's pretty much unplayable. So the mobile aspect of it that they're kind of shooting for is not really there yet, because mobile data is not fast enough all over the nation to support this kind of streaming service. However, if you have good internet at home, I am very impressed with it so far. So the big downside to Stadia right now is the lack of games. It does have a lot better selection than it did, but right now it's basically just a big collection of Ubisoft games. And so you get, Ubisoft big titles like Assassin's Creed, Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla. You get Immortals Phoenix Rising, which I'm playing right now. And then you've got the Ghost Recon games as well. So there's a lot of options still. However, if you're expecting to be able to play Call of Duty, that's not an option right now. It does have PUBG on there. Still no Fortnite, but PUBG is there, and PUBG still has a decent following. So there is a decent selection of games for only being out for a year, but not as many as we would hope for. It did get Cyberpunk 2077, though, which is a big surprise. I was actually shocked to see that launch on Stadia. But yeah, as far as my thoughts on everything altogether, the controller's pretty comfortable. It's like a mix between PlayStation and Xbox. The analog sticks are where they would be on a PlayStation, but the buttons are like an Xbox controller. And then comfort-wise, it is really comfortable. It's not the most comfortable controller. It's a little bit too fat, and I think the analog sticks are a little bit too close together. Not too bad, and then it is a little bit clicky on some of the buttons. The biggest downside, though, that I've noticed with the Stadia controller is that there's a little bit of lag on it. The latency is not great because it works via Wi-Fi. It's not Bluetooth on your Chromecast, it's Wi-Fi. So usually it's not too noticeable, but every now and then you'll push the button, and like I said, I was playing Immortals Phoenix Rising, you push jump and it's like button, jump, button, jump, button, jump, and it's just enough to mess you up when you're going through certain vaults and need that precision jumping. Other than that, it runs at 4K, 60 frames a second on a lot of the games. It looks phenomenal. Every now and then you'll get a little bit of lag because it's streaming, but it's not bad. It's nothing game-breaking for the most part. It's very impressive. If you compare to the Switch, which I'm playing Immortals on both the Switch and Stadia, awesome thing about Ubisoft is that you can do cross-platform saving, so go from one completely different platform to another and still have your progress there. So It looks way better on Stadia than it does on the Nintendo Switch. And it actually holds up there with the PlayStation 5 version, which Austin has. I don't have a big enough sample size of a lot of games yet to really, give a full evaluation of Stadia. I've played PUBG, I've played Assassin's Creed, I've played Immortals, and Immortals a lot. And from what I'm playing, I'm enjoying it. Now you can pick up the Stadia Premier Edition, which is what I recommend if you are a home gamer and that's what you're wanting to use. It's $100, or there's lots of times where you can find it on eBay, Facebook Market for anywhere from $50 to $70, still brand new in the package. I actually picked this one up for $45, brand new, sealed, because a lot of people got them. Stadia or Google, I should say, did a promotion where if you were a YouTube premium subscriber, then you got the Stadia Premier Edition for free. So a lot of people picked it up, didn't want it, and are now selling it for, $50 or something like that. As far as the service itself, the service is free to have. You just have to purchase games. However, they do have a Game Pass-like option called Stadia Pro. Stadia Pro is $10 a month. You get access to a couple dozen games for free. Nothing too big. There's a few good games in there, and they switch them out every month as well. But right now, it's like, it's not that good of a library. But you do get the Stadia Pro deals on certain games as well. So some games are up to like 25% off if you're a Stadia Pro member. So it might be worth it. You do get a month free when you get sign up for Stadia, so you can try it out and see what you think. If you don't like Stadia Pro, don't continue. Just play it as normal. But I think Stadia is an awesome, awesome alternative if you don't want to shell out $400 to $500 on a brand new console. You get your 4K 60 frames a second with most games if you have good internet, and you're not having to buy that console. Like I said, that's the biggest downside, is that you have to have good internet. Otherwise, it won't work well. If you have good internet, it's amazing. I am extremely impressed, and I am looking forward to what they do in the future. You can play it on pretty much any device now. And if you want to play it on TV, you just need the Chromecast Ultra. But other than that, you can use the app on PC, on your phone, on your tablet, pretty much play it on anything, and it works really well. So right now, I'm actually going to give Stadia a 4-star review, which is incredible. It's not perfect, but for what you pay, it's pretty impressive. The controller's pretty good. I haven't played any multiplayer games yet as far as local multiplayer goes, but I did play PUBG, no issues. Yeah, I'm enjoying it a lot. I'm really glad I picked one up. If you can get one for a good deal, I highly recommend getting it. And some games are actually better than they are on console. Cyberpunk being one of them is better on Stadia than it is on the last gen consoles, that being the Xbox One and PlayStation 4. So Stadia, 4 out of 5 stars. I do recommend getting one. Yeah, $100 if you just go to the store and get one brand new. Otherwise, you can probably find one still brand new but sealed for quite a bit less. If you like these kind of things, reviews, anything video game related, and if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Give us a big thumbs up. It helps us out a lot. We want to be able to keep doing these videos. So make sure to tag your friends, share the video, so we can get more momentum and keep these going. And we hope to see you again here on Super Platinum Achievement.